Hey guys, I am the Nerdy Silhouette, and I wish to welcome you to a game called Cinderella Phenomena. See, I don't really feel like playing anything else right now, so I figured, what a cute little visual novel. And this one, if I remember correctly, the choices are like extremely important, and there are tragic endings and there are so many endings to this from what I've read on it, but it seems cute and I'm gonna go into it because I wanna see what it's like. Nah. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One crystal was the Crystallum Lucis, protected by the ruler of the fairies. The other was the Crystallum Temburum, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. The Lucis was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The Temburum by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans and the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there could be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. There. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious, and true love was a useful reward. The fairy tale spread further than he could have predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true, and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted like animals. The witch hunt. The high leader of the witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tales. A fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucis Bearer, sought to regain peace. But the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans, who were responsible for the witch genocide. I mean, fair enough. We kind of deserved it at that point. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the Tenebrum Bearer, the high leader of the witches, was finally defeated. The Tenebrum was lost. Peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when the time was inevitably returned. Sign here. Lucette. I can change my name! Nerdy. Prologue. The Princess. Or Ice Princess. Oh. My name is Nerdy Riella Britton, daughter of King Geronimo Britton III. I am the crowned princess of the kingdom of Angeli? I'm gonna say Angeli. I'm gonna say Angel. At least, that's who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Oh, I'm so sad. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now I'm nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm stuck in this nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out like any other day. Have you heard another person was cursed? I'm on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stopped and listened to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. That's terrible. What fairy tale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows long? That's awful. You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curse would stop after you-know-who was defeated. Voldemort! You two were hired to work, not talk. We're sorry, Your Highness. As can only be expected from the likes of them. Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I do not have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Angeli would be better off without the dead weight. Wow, I'm kind of a bitch. If it were up to Mother, the curse would have been banished from Angeli the instant they fell prey for it. But Mother is not here anymore. And she will not come back ever. I need to shuffle this. Okay, here. Princess, the king and queen are waiting in the dining hall. I'm on my way. The king, Ophelia, and Rod are present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Good morning, Nerdy. Oh, hello, Daddy. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Nerdy. Nerdy? Ophelia? Ophelia Wittensov. My probably stepmother, right? Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my seat next to the king, and then I look up at the person sitting opposite of me. He's got a bunny on his shirt. Oh. I got distracted by the bunny. Rod Benedict Winsov, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual. I like his bunny on his shirt. He is 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. I like your bunny, Rod. He's so cute. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with. But his older sister, don't get me started. My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. Oh my god, why do I keep doing that? She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. I am so sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Nerdy. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Emmeline Windisoff, Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. I love your eyes, Emmeline. It's pretty. She acts as if we were blood, and as if she were too born a princess. As if she could be crowned princess. Perhaps steal my place. I will never, ever let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Okay, Daddy. Daddy. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Emmeline, were you reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you? Oh yes, there are so many, and they are all so wonderful. Thank you so much, Father. I'm happy you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That's because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. Why would you have the books burned? Books are so fun! But why? There are such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing that they could have things they do not deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Nerdy? The atmosphere shifts, the air in the room growing heavy. I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Have you had any idea, have you any idea what you're talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering in this kingdom. Even now, they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Angeli. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me from leaving the palace. Sometimes even my room. You know, Mom kind of sounds like a nightmare. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone. And so I cannot bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angeli after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about. Leave Mother out of this. Dear, please. Nerdy darling, your father didn't mean to. I am not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Nerdy, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I'm done. Excuse me. My father and I have never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king. It has been 17 years and I've never felt any love from him. He treats Emmeline and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children. Better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me, and no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. Why the sour face so early in the morning, Princess? Hello, I love your eyes, they're so pretty. Let me guess, the king, the queen, or Princess Emmeline. Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Aidan Leverton, son of the highest knight in the Order of Caldria. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room then. Thank you. They're Princess? Yes? You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. Don't be like that. You should smile more. Blech. Why is that of any importance? Because he thinks you're pretty. Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. He likes you, and he wants to see you happy. That's why. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. I'll see you then. 10? Wait, did I misread something? Oh, yes, I did. I'll see you at 10. Nope. 10? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It has been 2 days since the king issued the order. Nerdy, I would like you to accompany Emmeline on one of her town outings. Surely you could send the maids with her instead. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with the maids. But Daddy! I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister. Step-sister. And she is your sister, and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of blood. No, they were of your blood. Wow, I can't read. I can never read. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emmeline outside. How dare you? I'm not no peasant. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you have locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angeli was in a gripe of war back then. But now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. Nothing can defeat me, but words can. I want you to see how beautiful Angeli really is. Nerdy, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmeline, and she will show you the town that you will only ever see through your windows. Is that an order? If it needs to be. Are we clear? Nerdy. Understood. But Daddy, I don't want to go touch grass. I'm a gamer. I'm gamer girl. Gamer girl don't touch grass. Last time I left the palace was 4 years ago. And when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War ended. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here. Princess? Fritz! Are you alright? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. That is precisely the problem. Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. I got love issues, don't I? Daddy doesn't love me. Daddy loves Ophelia. And he seems like he cares about Rod and Emmeline a little bit more. And I'm just his ex-wife's, product child. And it doesn't seem like his attention is on me. And I feel like because of that, my relationship with everyone is a little dumbfounded. It's a little weird. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that someday. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. Bye, Fritz. My knight in shining armor. Look, it's the princesses. That one's Belle, Tiana, Cinderella. I'm guessing that's Rapunzel. This kind of looks like a little bit more like Ariel, but she's got bunnies on the shelf. Delora, why does your art look so different? Do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? I wish you could talk to... Oh, it's a doll! I wish you could talk to me. You and the others. My dolls are my only friends. They are the only ones I can trust. You gotta trust this bunny right here. Right here. He's so cute. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. I got betrayal issues. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic. It was almost as if she was breathing. Oh God. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. Oh, okay. I only started receiving dolls from him when Mother passed away. Oh, so he only just started showing that he cared about me after Mom passed away? That's kind of weird. Mother does not believe in birthday celebrations. Your mother sounds like she's a giant stick in the mud. But every year at midnight, a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room filled with gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I've been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. Okay, so she doesn't believe in birthday celebrations, but she would slip a card under my door that would lead to cake, gifts and stuff? Or is that someone else's doing? Because if Mom didn't believe in that stuff, then she's not obviously throwing the party. So, who knows? A card with the words, "I love you" on it, signed M. That could be anyone, though. The card would tell me to keep these celebrations a little special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared. Oh, so she's assuming that it's her mom that's throwing these parties, or in her own way? The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Okay, so it was her mom. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness. The king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I'm on my way. I will see you later, Delora. It's a doll. The fact that you gave her text options or like a chance to chat, it's weird. Oh. Good morning, Your Highness. Oh, hello, tall, dark, and mysterious. Sir Mathros. Sir Mathros, the royal advisor. Look at that smile. That's suspicious. Father trusts him a great deal, just as he does Sir Alcaster. I almost said Sir Alistair. The radio demon. Every day you look more and more like your mother. I sometimes find Sir Mathros talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of them. Are you sure it's not Mathros that's throwing you parties? I think there is something about him that puts me on edge. Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until then, our next meeting, dear princess. I'm just throwing words in where they don't belong. I'm throwing in imaginary words where they don't belong or they don't exist. What is my problem? I just can't seem to read out loud. Your Majesty. Nerdy, are you ready? Huh? You'll enjoy this, Nerdy. I've heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. Toys? You didn't mention we were going to the toy store. I'm so excited. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Angeli, about our subjects. I know I'm saying the town wrong. There's got to be a way to pronounce it better that sounds more official, but Angeli sounds good. I will not learn anything I do not already know. Why do you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good? Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other just to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. You do not see clearly, Nerdy. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. I believe I'm already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I've seen that there's no good in you. Ugh! Nerdy, where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then, I've been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I hoped that maybe then he would have shown me love and compassion. Even just a hug just to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months. He had barely even heard his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot truly trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me, Your Majesty. I know that I hurt you. I know that there's nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. In the end, they still matter more to him than I ever did. Nerdy, enough. I already said I will go. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Nerdy, it will be okay. How can you be so sure? Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emmeline. I would not disobey. I will not disobey an order from the king. Excuse me? Toys! Hello? How can I help? Victoria! Emmeline! Princess Emmeline! How good to see you! I trail Emmeline, ignoring her as she embraces her friend. I glance around the small shop. The dolls displayed are nowhere near the quality of the ones in my room. I cannot understand why Emmeline insisted she buy gifts for her friends here. I cannot believe I'm outside the palace. There is no need to be so tense, Princess. I would never let anything happen to you. Ah, Fritz. Your only job is to relax and enjoy yourself. You ask the impossible of me. Look, he's so sad. Fritz likes you. Stop being a douchebag. There is no need to be formal, Victoria. I'm still the same as I was. Oh yes, Rod's coming along as well. It's been a while, Victoria. It's good to see you again too, Rod. And I must introduce you to Her Highness, the Crown Princess Nerdy. The look on Victoria's face as she takes a step back from me is all too familiar. Fear. My apologies for being so rude, Your Highness. Good morning. And this is Sir Fitzgerald, Sir Alcaster's son. It's a pleasure to meet you, my lady. Oh, you're Sir Fitzgerald? You really are as handsome as Emmeline described in her letters. I'm sorry? Please don't mind her, Sir Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, Emmeline. Right. Look at you, made him so uncomfortable. So, what brings you all the way here? Oh, I'm here to get some toys, gifts from my new friends. Toys from here? Are you sure? Of course I am. I cross my arms. I would prefer if we finish this errand as quickly as possible. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Now they're all looking at me with disappointed looks. Princess. I am being a little pushy. I can barely breathe in here. I just want to go back to the palace. Aw. Good morning. Up until this point, I had always considered Mother to be the fairest beauty in the land. The lady that walks in proves me wrong. Is that Pascal on the back? Her beauty is mesmerizing and clearly without Pierre. Everyone in the shop is openly staring. Oh yes, you're early today, ma'am. I have some important errands to run today. Are the items ready now? Oh, of course. Let me go and fetch them for you. I'll just be one moment, Emmeline. Why is she smiling at me?
Here you are, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, that lady was beautiful. Right? Any girl standing next to her becomes hopelessly ugly by comparison. Who is she? She's new around town. Some say she's a fairy.
A fairy? Fairies have saved Angeli from the witches 4 years ago. Everyone considered them our saviors. And yet the fairies are still unable to stop the fairy tale curse from spreading.
Here you go. Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Victoria. I hope to drop by again soon.
Good luck. I'll look forward to seeing you again. I hope to see you again soon as well, Rod.
Likewise. Hosier!
I'll take my whiskey knee.
Leaving the palace was a bad idea. While I'm out, I am the center of attention. Some townsfolk point and stare at me. Most, however, make a point of avoiding me. Like I'm the plague. There are some spiteful stares, but thankfully, none of them nearly as intense as they were 4 years ago.
I'm sure the townsfolk are only surprised to see you again after so many years.
Right. Fritz and Rod lag behind us, which only leaves Emmeline walking beside me. I cannot decide what's worse, the staring or her company.
Oh, Nerdy, look! A street performance!
It's been so long since I last watched one. Street performance? Good day, everyone. My name is Waltz, and I'm here to spread some happiness and magic. Da 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 da. A boy named Waltz snaps his fingers, and colorful flower petals start to rain and dance down from the sky.
Isn't it pretty, Nerdy?
Are those the princesses over there? It is an honor to have your attendance. Please accept this humble gift. He snaps his fingers and white lilies appear in his hand.
Oh, thank you.
The boy looks at me as if expecting some kind of reaction. When he gets nothing from me, he sighs and gives me a weary smile. I hope to see you again during my next show. We'll definitely try. He gracefully bows before moving back into the area to perform more magic tricks for a gathering crowd. There are performers like this all around Angeli. I love them. Maybe someday we'll get to see some musicians too. Those are my favorite. I do not intend to leave the palace again. But you don't like it out here? Rod and I grew up here. I love Angeli, and this is my favorite part of the kingdom. I wanted to share this with you, Nerdy. I know you didn't really want to come, but you still tagged along. That means a lot to me, so thank you. I did not do this for you. I'm only here because the king ordered me to go with you. I just want us to be closer, Nerdy. I would like to try and be your friend. I do not want or need your friendship. No matter how you act around me, we are not and will never be sisters. I'd take care to remember that if I were you.
But I...
Rod suddenly grabs my hand, pulling me away from Emmeline. Stop. He is staring daggers at me. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him angry.
Rod, don't.
Let me go. Both of you ought to stay away from me. I feel a heavy atmosphere as I turn to look at the people staring at us. Their expressions mirror the looks of disdain I saw years ago. Anger, disgust, hatred. I begin to walk away. Princess, wait. Don't follow me. Princess. Fritz technically has to follow you because he's your bodyguard. I adjust my cloak, making sure my face is hidden from view. I should have never left the palace. As I walk around, I watch the people bumbling down the streets. So carefree. They work so hard for so little reward. They could work their entire lives and never have a fraction of what I have. And yet, they're happy. And I heard Anna's lost her job at the palace. It's true. Crown Princess Nerdy made sure that poor girl was fired. I stop in my tracks at the mention of my name. Not again. Annis? Was that the name of the one maid that tore Delora's dress? If so, my decision to fire her was justified. A palace maid cannot be clumsy. Why should I tolerate poor performance? What did I do that was so wrong? I know that Anais were hard-working and big-hearted, very good with medicine. Shame she lost her job so quickly. You know how hard the Crown Princess is to please. My friend at the palace says she doesn't even smile, only goes around with that cold look on her face. That's probably why they call her the Ice Princess. Ice Princess. So all those times I heard the servants saying that, I'd always suspected they were talking about me. She's the complete opposite of our Princess Emmeline. That child's an angel. We all know she should be Crown Princess. Annoyance begins to simmer inside me. I cannot stand hearing any more, so I walk away. Ever since Emmeline entered my life, I'm always being compared to her, and now I have become second best. I am Nerdy Riella Britton, daughter of King Geronimo Britton III and the Crown Princess of the Kingdom of Angeli. I am of royal blood. She is nothing. There you are. Princess, you must come back with me. It is getting late for you to remain outside. Princess? Are you all right? Are you hurt? I brush him off and turn away. No need to fuss. Let us return to the palace. Leaving the palace was physically and mentally draining. My bed is welcoming to my unusually heavy body. I turn my head to meet Delora's glassy gaze from where she sits on my shelf. I left the palace today, Delora. It was the same as all those years ago. Everyone looked at me like I was... What have I ever done to deserve those looks? How can I be so hated? ice princess. I wish Mother was here. I look at the smiling faces of my dolls. At least I still have all of you. I yawn and stretch my arms. Good night, Delora. Dum dum. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Singing? But who? Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I blink my eyes open, only to see Delora sitting right in front of me on my bed. Moonlight spills across her delicate features. How I wonder what you are. Wasn't she on the shelf with all my other dolls when I went to bed? Laura? It's almost time. Oh? I pinch my cheeks to make sure I'm not dreaming. It hurts. Only 10 minutes before the clock strikes 12. Oh my goodness gracious, you're a woman! I hope you're ready, princess. What? My doll just turned into a human. How? Who are you? You know who I am. I've been watching you ever since the day your father gave me to you. What is happening? I don't think I've ever been so confused in my life. All the answers will come with time, but right now I'm here to give you something, princess. Oh my god, she's cursing me! Oh, never mind. It's a shoe. Is this? Cinderella's very own glass slipper. It is beautiful, too beautiful. Then a realization begins to dawn upon me. You're a witch. Smart girl. I knew you'd figure that out eventually. Now it's time to say goodbye to your precious crown. What? My dad gave me a witch? Oh, shit. Sweet dreams, Cinderella. Cinderella phenomena. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Hey, wake up, girl. Huh? Where am I? Ow, my head. You have some nerve sleeping in front of my shop. Leave before a customer sees you. I was in my room. How am I here? Did you not hear what I said, you filthy child? Filthy? You would speak to your crown princess in such a manner? If you're the crown princess, then I'm the queen. You must have been knocked on the head quite hard to have such grand delusions. I am not delusional. I am Nerdy Riella Britton, blood daughter of King Geronimo Britton III and the Crown Princess of Angeli. Right, and the king never had a daughter with that witch. Is she referring to Mother? Witch? Don't pretend to be stupid, girl. I can only stare at her puzzled. Our good king only has stepchildren, Princess Emmeline and Prince Rod. Are you the most, and you are most definitely neither of them. What? Now, get gone before you go sprouting your crazy gibberish at my customers and scaring them away. Rude. With a huff, she leaves me to my own rapidly turning thoughts. I quickly realize that I'm wearing tattered clothes, and I do not even have shoes on. What monster am I? Ugh. No, no, no. This cannot be happening. Something shines against my chest and I reach up to grab it. It all floods back. Delora being a witch. Cinderella's glass slipper. This is not a dream. Delora gave me the fairy tale curse. My hands begin to tremble. I must return to the palace and speak with the king. Let me in. Sorry, girl, but the palace is off limits to uninvited guests. You do not understand. I am Crown Princess Nerdyriella Britain. I must speak with my father. As loath as I am to call him that, I have to. No one will believe me if I'm addressing him by title. You'll best leave now, nice and quiet, before we have to force you. If you would only make way for the king. The gate swings open and 3 horses trot out. Soldiers ride 2 of the horses, while the last horse is a different, familiar rider. Father! I immediately move back to block the path of his horse. The soldiers move to hold me back. Your Majesty. What is this? Your Majesty, this girl is claiming to be your daughter. Daughter? Both of my stepchildren are in the palace right now. What? Even Father is a part of this? Father, you must help me. A witch has cursed me. For once in your life, just once, help me. You must believe me. Tell me, where is your family, child? Why are you all alone? He looks at me with pity in his eyes. He's looking at me more kindly as a peasant than he ever did when I was crown princess. And his daughter. I recoil. You must be hungry. Take this. What, did you give me money? This should feed you and your family for a day or 2. The kingdom offers work opportunities to those who need them. Please let your parents know. I do not want your pity, Father. Please escort this girl back to her home. Make sure she gets there safely. At once, Your Majesty. I am home! I watch as my father and his 2 guards ride away on their horses, leaving me to stand in their dust. He left me alone. Again. Where's your home, girl? There's nowhere left for me to go. Father has forgotten me. Leave me. Now look here, our orders were to leave me alone. Suit yourself. Can't say we didn't try. Don't cause any more scenes, little girl. Little. I watch, with bleary eyes, as the soldiers return to the palace. Oh, bleary. Yeah. How can this be happening? I stare at the small pouch in my hands. I do not know what hurts more. The fact that I have just been unceremoniously paraded away from my home like I am nothing more than a piece of garbage. Or the fact that my own father does not recognize me.
Oh, look at that girl's hideous dress. How difficult it is to be poor.
I clutch the pouch closer to my chest and I run to an empty alley. I huddle in a corner, trying to be as small as possible. I squeeze my eyes shut, hoping that when I open them next, everything will be back to normal.
A dream? No matter what happens, you must not leave the palace. Why? The world is cruel. People will only ever hurt you. But they are so nice to me. That is only because you are the crown princess. Okay, so Mother was definitely filling my brain with things that made me feel like I can't trust people. Or that I shouldn't trust people. She put all these like dirty little thoughts in my head that make me feel like I shouldn't trust anyone. I shouldn't like people. But that's not really the case. And now I grew up to be a little bitch who doesn't really trust anyone and has a lot of trust issues. They will only ever think of what they can take from you. But that's also another thing too, being crown princess and being someone who's too trusting. You never know who's going to use you for the things that you have. So there's good and bad in this. But it's mostly bad. I am trying to protect you, my love. That is why you must never leave the palace. Never leave Mother. Mother knows best. I am the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand, my flower? I understand. So she Mother Goffled me, basically. Alrighty. So now that we've finished the epilogue, let's see. It's been almost been an hour. So I'm actually going to leave that here. We have just begun to figure out what the heck is going on with our lives. We met Fritz. We met Waltz. And Myros, Rod, Emmeline, that beautiful fairy woman. Delora cursed me, turned me into Cinderella. So the fairy tale curse, I guess, is something along the lines of teaching people lessons through like the fairy tales and the way that things have been. And it seems like because I'm Cinderella, I am now a peasant girl who maybe will be able to work her way back into the princess spot. And once I complete the fairy tale, but I'm not sure. But it's getting interesting. And if I learned anything today, I still can't read. I don't think I ever will be able to. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this fairy tale story of the the Cinderella phenomena. And I will see you in the next video. Okay? Goodbye!